All right, time to knock out the ugly and let's install something cool. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to our channel. Hey, if you're new here, please click that like, that subscribe, and don't forget to bang that bell notification. This way you get notified every time I upload a video. Well, like I said, we're gonna knock out the ugly. We're gonna knock out that big, ugly air cleaner Harley put on the CVOST. That's my opinion. Some guys like it, some guys love it. Hey, in my personal opinion, I don't like it. It's too big and it's too ugly. So what are we installing in its place? I'll show you. We're installing the Screaming Eagle Wedge air filter. I paid full price for this bad boy, $467 plus tax here in Connecticut, so ouch. That's right, so we're gonna install this and knock out the ugly. I'm gonna show you how to do it and bring you along with me. So stand by and let's get going. Okay, it's the first time that I've removed this style air filter from Harley Davidson. So we're gonna figure this out together. We have two 3/16 bolts right here. So I'm gonna grab my 3/16 socket and we're just gonna unbolt it. And I might have to take these off, these two here. Not sure. If I do, those are metric. I already measured them up and see if they're metric. They are a 5mm. It doesn't look like I have to, but we're gonna find out. Let me get my gun. Just to speed things up a bit. So that's one. That's two. Let's see. I don't feel a clamp on the inside. Yep, and it slides right out. Just like that. So I'm going to take these two screws and put them right back inside of here. So these two 5mm, why Harley made those metric, I have no idea. No idea. So I'm going to put all this back together. So all the parts are with it that it came off of. Okay, air cleaner is off. Big, ugly air cleaner. My opinion. Now, I have to get inside of here for the crank, well, for the head, the bolt that goes to the head, which is a 7/32, which used to be a crankcase breather. I don't know if you guys remember that. A lot of thread locker on here, I can tell you that right now. Doing it by hand. And on the inside, I'll bring it around and show you, there is a bolt. Let me get this off, and then I'll bring it around the other side for the bolt. Okay, if you look inside of here, the other bolt that goes to the head, it's right inside, and that's a 9/16. So we're gonna get in here with our ratchet. A lot of thread locker. Tighter than it should be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean these threads before I install our new air cleaner. Well, this bolt was never coming out on its own, I tell you that. They put so much thread locker on it. Ugh. Woo! And then there's three 3/16 Allen screws that bolted to the throttle body. Wow. Can you believe how much thread locker was on there? Boy, good to use thread locker, but there's a limit they need to stop at. Okay, here's that long bolt. Look how long that bad boy is, huh? All that thread locker from here to there. Way too much. Way too much thread locker. You don't need that much thread locker. You just need a little bit. I mean, even the other bolt. Look at the thread locker. The amount of thread locker on all those threads right there. Unreal. Way too much put on by Harley Davidson. So we have a 3/16 here. Now, all right, so you got three other bolts now. You got one down in here. Use the wobble head. What I mean by a wobble head, if you look at the end of this Allen, it's got a ball on it. So that's a nice wobble head. So we're going to get in there on that. And that's a 3/16. That bolt is out. We'll do this other bolt. That's 2. And now we'll get this top bolt. I might have to crack it loose with the ratchet. And I did. So here we go. Oh, and that's really, my battery died right then and there. Okay, no problem. We'll change out that battery after we get this bolt out. Now, underneath here, there's going to be a hose, which is your breather assembly. So I'm going to take this screw, put it down aside. The breather assembly is just a push-on connector. Take that rubber seal off. I'll show you that seal once I get this off. What I mean bent up hose pliers. Get that on there and try to work it off. Sometimes they come right off, and sometimes, like this, you gotta work it. Just like that. It's not a lot of hard work. All right, so inside of here, there was this rubber seal that goes around the intake and presses up against the throttle body. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's take a look. So that's a rubber seal that was in there. That's pretty cool. I like how this comes apart. It's actually quite simple. All right, now we come to the fun part of unboxing our beautiful Screaming Eagle air cleaner. All right, now we unbox this beautiful air cleaner by Harley Davidson. I like this air cleaner. I think it's a very good air cleaner. Do I have to retune for this? No. You want to know why? Because high flow is high flow. That stuff doesn't matter. Little poppy paper. My filter element, which is in a nice bag protected because it's a serviceable, oilable air filter. Here is the outer, if I can get it open, more bubble wrap and more foam. That's a purdy. I'm going to put this away someplace safe so it doesn't drop, get damaged or anything. This, I believe, is the base plate. More bubble wrap. Let me get all this unpacked and we'll show you guys. Okay, I got it all unpacked. We got the warning sticker. That's going to go in the garbage. They gave you instructions. I've installed these plenty of times. You got a base plate. They give you a rain sock. They give you all the hardware to install it, so we won't be reusing any of that hardware that came with our old air cleaner. They give us a nice little adapter that goes here on the inside, or the back, that faces the throttle body, like so. And a nice new gasket. So what I like to do is I like to pull the paper off the back of this, because this will stick to, there we go, come on, the back here of the air cleaner base plate. That's what I want to call it, and that's what I'm going to call it. Just like that. But before we go any further, there's a little nipple that has to go here that breather hose will connect to. So let's get that undone and get it all together. Okay, so now we got all this ready to go. We're going to take our hose, I'm going to grab it with my pliers, make my life a little bit easier, and install it onto that nipple that we just installed. So we're just going to grab it, push it on. Just like that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start these two. Again, if you're not comfortable with power tools, do not feel you have to use them. Me, on the other hand, I'm a little comfortable with it. So now I'm going to take my two. I've got the blue thread locker on there. These are from the first gen breather elements. Not required, you do have to get some sort of bolts. I will be getting shorter bolts for here. Now what I'm going to do is this top bolt that they give you with it, I'm going to put this in right on the top here. Get that started by hand and then run this in. And now I'm going to go around and tighten up these center ones. And now the mounting bolts, the big ones. There we go. Everything is seated. Good and tight. Now I'm going to go back around with the ratchet, starting with right here. Get that one nice and tight. And then the 5/32, get these good and tight. And now this one. And then I'm going to go back around and make sure everything's good and tight. Let me get this done and we'll mount the filter. Okay, we're at the point now. All this is nice and tight. The 3/16, the 5/16, and the 2 7/16 bolts that are going to be there until I could get replacements that are short enough to go into there that are solid. So the first thing we want to do is unwrap our filters. And again, these are oil reusable filters, which means there's a K&N recharge kit you can buy. Highly recommend buying one if you get one. There are two ways this could go on, but the right way is, if you look, there's a channel here and there's no real channel here. The channel side goes towards you like this, and that's just going to fall out for now. So I'm going to unwrap the outside. Okay, got the plastic bag opened. So if you look, you'll see the Harley symbol out there. It does say K&N on it. It is made by K&N. This is going to fit inside within that channel. Just like that. That'll sit there just like that. Now we're going to take our outside cover. This takes a little bit of a finagling using all three hands and arms. Now you're given new hardware, and they're a 12-point, and I recommend when you get them, start them by hand. This way you don't cross thread them, because cross thread is nature's natural thread locker, but you'll end up ruining the part. Do not cross thread. I don't care what anybody says, cross threading is bad and you never want to do it. So now that I have two here holding everything, I could take my hands off, put a little thread locker on the third and final bolt. And it doesn't matter if you do the top or the bottom one second. That's the way I like to do it. Start it by hand. And these will bottom out because they are collared. And what I like to do is go back over it with a ratchet and make sure they are nice and tight. And what I like about this is I see more of the motor. I see more of the side fairing here. And I like this. I really do like this a lot better than what came on here from Harley. No offense, Harley, but all offense, this is what I like better. Okay, so now we're all back together, and I like this look a lot better than the previous. So right on, I got this done. I do not have to retune, because if you guys seen the video where I brought this up, had the Screaming Eagle tuner installed and had the bike tuned, I don't have to retune because high flow is high flow. But they do give you the rain sock, and I've seen a lot of people ride around with the rain sock on their bike. Don't do that. Please don't do that. It will choke your bike. It restricts airflow. But better to restrict airflow in the rain than suck in the rain water. And yes, these are oiled, which will repel it to a point. The rain socks helps a lot. What I do is I keep it in the saddlebag. This way it's always there, just in case I get caught in the rain. You guys tell me, what do you think? Does it look better? I think it does. I hope you think it looks better too. Lastly, before we go, I want to share this with you guys. They came out with this new red line collection, like I said, and a lot of it is back ordered. And right now until like the end of May. I have the floorboards, the brake pedal, pegs that I'm going to use for highway pegs on order and on back order. But I also ordered the little shifter pegs. I'm going to share with you guys what they look like. So give me a second. Here we go. Take it out of the box, and I'm going to be putting these on. And it's simple. It's just a simple Allen bolt. You can remove it, put these on, and done. And I'll show you what they look like at the end of this video. This is the red. It's more of a burgundy than a red. I'm not sure if I like that. I don't know. It's a totally different red than everything else. I might send these out for powder coat, and same thing with the floorboards and everything else, just to get them to match. All right, everybody, that's all I got for this video. Hey, if you've liked this video and you'd like to see more videos like this, make sure you click that like and subscribe, and don't forget to bang that bell notification. This way you'll get notified every time I upload a video. And if you're watching from a mobile device, please hit that hype button. It tells YouTube I'm doing a good job. All right, everybody, until the next time, I want you to live the best life you can. As always, ride often and ride hard.